Hey! Not gonna do that as my intro. So a lot of the time people ask me what tech I use, specifically for gaming, so like what keyboard, what mouse, and what headset I use. And when people ask me what headset I use, I say I don't use a headset. I would not recommend using a headset to pretty much anyone, because they're all terrible. The microphone is bad, the sound quality is bad. You're much better off, and what a lot of people recommend, is just getting a good pair of headphones and then something like a blue Snowball, or this is just the one I have, but there are cheaper microphones available elsewhere, or even use a webcam mic. It's up to you really, but headset mics and headsets in general, they're uncomfortable, they're cheaply made, the sound quality is bad, the microphone quality is bad. But then I was approached by Antlion, who asked me if I wanted to try out the MODMIC 5, and at first I'm like, oh, I don't want a headset. But then I looked into MODMIC, and I had heard of them, so the memory started flooding back to me. What MODMIC is, I'm just going to show you. So these are my headphones here. These are the Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs. They're actually not the best for gaming because they're closed back. You're better off getting some open back headphones or ones. These are a little bit bass heavy, but they're certainly better than pretty much every headset out on the market. Unlike a normal pair of Audio-Technicas, we have this little thing just there, a little sort of nodule on the side. I stuck this on. This is like a very adhesive patch. It's not permanent. You can take it off if you want to, I don't know, if you wanted to remove it for some reason. This is actually a small magnetic plate for this thing. This is one I built earlier. It doesn't actually come as one big cable. One of the big criticisms of previous mod mics is the fact the cable wasn't detachable, and this has a detachable cable. But for example's sake, I'm just going to show it in its assembled form. So a mod mic is just a microphone that you can attach to any pair of headphones to turn it into a headset. So if I show you, and there we are, and it stays on pretty nicely. You can flick it up like this. I'm not got a very good angle right now, but I'll show you with the headphones on. That's probably the best. So there we are. We stick it on like this. As you can see, I've actually bent this a little bit, but there we are. And with the Audio-Technicas, I can get the cable in. I can't do it when I'm not looking at it. There we are. As you can see, that's a pretty nice, flicks out the way, flicks in. So then you have awesome headphones and an awesome microphone as well. This retails in the UK, I believe, at $59.99, which puts it in a similar price bracket to a blue Snowball. So some people might be wondering, should I get a blue Snowball or a MODMIC? MODMIC is probably better if you're just using it as a gaming headset, because desktop microphones, they're quite bulky for one thing. You kind of have to sort of game around it. And also they pick up a lot of noise around the room, whereas headset microphones, it's much more intimate. So it picks up less background noise. This microphone does actually have an omnidirectional mode in it for what it's worth. I don't know why you would need that. It's omnidirectional, basically means it will pick up sounds around the room as well as stuff near your face. I don't know why you'd need that, but I guess it's just a nice feature in case you wanted to kind of use this. If you're an aspiring vlogger and wanted a lapel mic, I would probably just say get a lapel mic, but this is better than nothing, I suppose. But there we are. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to do kind of a quick comparison of the blue Snowball and the MODMIC in terms of sound quality, because these are very comparable in price. Also compare it to my, this is it here, can I bring this over? The blue Yeti that I'm currently recording this video on, and I'll compare it to a webcam microphone as well, just to kind of give you a baseline of what a bad microphone would sound like. And I guess, I don't know, a phone would sound like this, just switching to my phone camera. So in the box, this is the box. It's empty though, because I've opened it at this point. But in the box, you get a pretty nice sort of hard case, and it's quite a premium finish. The older mod mics didn't really come with anything quite so nice. This is a nice. So got some storage space in here for your various other gizmos that it comes with. So obviously you can put your mod mic inside it. We also have another different length of cable. This is a 3-meter cable. I'm currently using the 2-meter cable it comes with. I've also sometimes used mine with a Y splitter, which is just, this is an example of a Y splitter here, because you will end up with kind of 2 audio jacks. So what you can do, you can just kind of connect them together like this, and then you'll just have a single output like that. It also comes with a mute switch, which is a little bit too cumbersome for my liking. Feels a little bit bulky, but and I feel like it could probably be just in the built into the headset itself, but you know, it's just a thing they didn't really need to include. And things like Discord and TeamSpeak and Skype, you can just mute yourself with the software anyway, so it's not even a huge necessity anymore having an inbuilt mute button, but it's there if you want it. My camera is currently flashing red. What's happening? Okay, sorry about that. My SD card was full. So, what else is great funny? I also got sent one of these by Lowne. It's basically a USB sound adapter. Sometimes you can get a bit of white noise static problems when you're plugging things straight into the microphone socket. All 3.5mm jack of your PC. You can get around this by having a USB interface adapter. So it basically acts as a sort of external sound card almost. So if you find you're getting sort of static sound effects, something like that, it might be worth just trying one of these. I'll quickly show you what the MODMIC looks like. I'll put in time-lapse maybe here or here. I'll put in time-lapse showing the process of me making this this thing. There it is, this one here. So you can see it's really compact, and if you didn't want to do what I did and combine the two cables, then you know, this is what it looks like. So you can see you can have a much thinner cable if you weren't going to use that big thick cable combiner like I did. The cable combiner that I used, it comes with a length of this. This is actually, I've trimmed it down to size. Obviously you can get a long, it comes with more material than what I've used because obviously I'm using the shortest available cable for the MODMIC. So I've been using this microphone for a while now, and I must say I quite like it. What I often find when I'm doing streams or just playing games or something, I'll be like sitting in my chair, which I've moved for the purposes of this video. But I'll be sitting in my chair, and sometimes I'll just like be leaning back, playing a game, or like moving around, or like, you know, having a drink or something, and you know, my distance to the microphone varies. You may have noticed the audio has been varying throughout this video because I've been moving away and then moving towards the microphone, so it changes the volume. Having this sort of solves that issue because obviously it never moves relative to your face. So it's quite good for streaming or things like that, or if you're very proactive, you like to record commentaries whilst walking around the room, dictating like a banker or something. Just trying to think of all the possible uses for the MODMIC really. But the long and short of it is, it's infinitely better than a headset because you can get a proper pair of headphones that actually sound good and are good for gaming. Good. So that was kind of this part of the video. Well, I'll jump into the sound test and then we can leave it. So I guess I'll just say thank you to MODMIC for sending this to me. I really liked it and I was intrigued when I first heard of the concept. I was like, that's a really good idea. I'm surprised it's not more of a thing. Did they patent it maybe? I'm surprised it's not as commonplace as regular headsets because it's just so much better to have a nice pair of headphones. So anyway, that's that portion of the video, my little overview, and kind of I've been using it for a little while now, and I'm pretty happy I'm pretty confident in my recommendation. So let's just stop stalling now and cut to the sound test. Hello, welcome back. So we have a selection of microphones here, right? We've got the Blue Yeti, which I'm going to sort of put here, like where you might have a Blue Yeti if you're using that as your headset microphone, right? So kind of this about 1/3 of a meter away from me. Down here, we have a Blue Snowball. Yeah, oh, there we go. Which is similarly priced to, it's a desktop microphone, but it's a similar price to the Lowne. So it'd be nice, interesting to see how those two compare. The Blue Yeti, which is what you're hearing now, slightly more expensive than these two. This is about £100. These two are about $59.99, give or take maybe £10, depending on where you're buying it from. And then just for comparison's sake, I can use the inbuilt microphone on the webcam just to give you an idea of a bottom line as to what an inbuilt laptop microphone might sound like, though obviously that's going to sound the worst. So without further ado, let's launch in. So, well, this is the Yeti, unfiltered, unedited. Normally I add a bit of bass to my audio, so this is it. Pure and simple as it comes out the box. Cardioid mode, about 1/3 of a meter. This is the Blue Yeti. Then we'll switch over. So this is now the Blue Snowball. So that's what the Blue Snowball sounds like. And again, got it about 1/3 of a meter away. Obviously they do sound subjectively better the closer you get, but then obviously you get that risk of peaking. So I'm thinking, from a gaming headset perspective, this is kind of the distance you probably want it at without it getting too much in the way. This is the Blue Snowball. Then we'll switch over to the Lowne. So this is what this one sounds like. So I've got it in cardioid mode again, because that's the kind of setting you want. Have it things near your face. Cardioid is just anything near your face in front of you. So if you have sounds around the room, you won't pick them up quite as well as if it was in omnidirectional mode. So again,
kind of sounds around the room will be clearer, easier to pinpoint. It's more designed for sort of conference call type scenarios. I don't really see why you'd need that in a headset microphone, but I guess it's just nice to have in case you're using this as kind of a backup microphone on the go in case your main one fails, something like that. It's just a feature they didn't need to include, but they did. So that's what that sounds like. And then just for comparison's sake, this is what a webcam microphone would sound like. So yes, clearly this is the worst one, but just as a comparison, that's what this one sounds like. And we'll just switch back to the Antlion, just to kind of give my thoughts. I mean, this is with the USB adapter for it, so we can try and minimize as much white noise as we can.
Yeah, what's kind of a nice little feature is that it feels really weird to have this black cable draped across me. But when you're not using the microphone, you can kind of just rotate it up like this. It's not like a normal headset would be, where it's just like you can continuously rotate it. You can kind of only do it in 90-degree increments. You can see this from the fact that it's like a claw system. So you can see how it kind of snaps into place and then it doesn't really move. You can just sort of grab it and then it will just sort of snap in place, or snap back in my case. There we go. What am I doing? It's like that. There we go. So you kind of, it's out of the way, basically.